We're good.
Right. Run it back. Run that shit back, Turbo.
Right. Run that shit back.
Take two. Take two.
All right. Welcome to episode number 1, 2.5 fans, an internet show, sports, gambling, topics, national topics. Joining me today, my two co-guests or co-hosts, whatever you want to call it, starting with Christian Cookie Salem. Hello. What's going on, my friend?
How are you?
Jacob Boon Boonya.
What's going on?
What's up? What's up? All right, boys, we finally got this episode going. We've been planning. We've been talking about it for a while now. We want to talk sports. We want to talk things going on the internet, funny stuff, gambling. So we're going to start week 1, college football coming up. Lions in 2 weeks. So let's start first with Cookie. Introduce yourself. Tell us, who you like. What's your, obviously you got some Lions gear on, what's your, what do you go to?
I go to is the Lions. I'm a diehard Lions fan. I'm slappy. I drink the Kool-Aid. It's what it is. Big on MSU too. Go green. Pistons, NBA, love it all. Red Wings, just anything Detroit sports, I'm there for.
Nice.
Michigan, not a big Michigan guy. Think you guys are overrated a little bit, tiny bit. I want Michigan to be the best for when Michigan State beats them, but other than that,
Well, I have a theory that if you love one team, you have to absolutely hate another one. So I don't agree with that. I hope Michigan State loses every game every year. But Jacob, let's go to you. Talk to us. What do you like?
Yeah, I'm Boon. So I'm just right there with Cookie. Lions, Pistons, Red Wings, Tigers, all Detroit. The only difference is I'm not no Michigan State, all Michigan. All NBA as well. College basketball. I was over coaching college basketball, helping out for 5 years at Saginaw Valley. So I know a ton about college basketball. So, me and Cookie with the basketball side of things, that's the go-to, but all Michigan, Lions, Pistons.
Nice. Yeah, you guys are definitely going to be the Pistons guys here. I mean, I love the NBA. Pistons have been off. I've been more of a general NBA fan for the last few years, but myself, I'm a bitter Michigan fan. I think I get more joy now out of hating Michigan State as much as I like being a Michigan fan. I hate Ohio State. Lions, I mean, obviously, I love them. I want them to win. But as long as I've been a fan, you get so discouraged. And I'm obviously the half fan here out of the 2.5 fans, if you guys haven't noticed. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk. I love the editing part. I love the video, the social media part of all this stuff. So the guys like it too. So we're deciding to put it all together and do this 2.5 fans internet show every week. So let's go to the first topic, the big news coming out of the weekend, the Jake Paul fight. Everybody was talking about it going into the weekend. Cookie, let's start with you. I know you and I were both on Tyron Woodley. What are your thoughts? You watched the fight. How did it go?
Scoring was ridiculous on that. How they scored that was just, I think they scored it, was it 78-70? Someone scored it 78-74, one of the judges. That means Tyron Woodley only won 2 rounds.
You think it was scored badly in favor of Tyron Woodley?
Like, I thought Tyron Woodley won way more rounds than what they gave him. Like, I think that Tyron Woodley controlled the fight. He cut him off when he needed to cut him off. He pressed on when he needed to press on. He clinched when he needed to clinch, and he did more damage. I mean, Jake Paul, he hit him with one good right, and Tyron Woodley came back with the right. Like, it didn't even phase him. I mean, Tyron Woodley put him up against the ropes. If Woodley was, if Jake Paul didn't hold on to those ropes,
that would have been
down.
That would have been a viral internet moment if Jake Paul falls.
It would have been bad for Jake Paul.
That would have been 10 million views within the.
That would have ruined everything that he's done the last 10 years.
So, Boone, I know you were on Jake Paul before the fight. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I bet on Jake Paul for a knockout. I put $250 for him to knock him out, and I lost that obviously. But honestly, I think Tyron probably won just two 2 rounds, when I was watching, I was kind of going through it. I think, like Cookie said, Tyron was clutching. He was playing great defense. He was playing great defense, but kind of like Mayweather. Mayweather comes back with some shots. Tyron really didn't, and he did in about 2 or 3 rounds. The first 3 rounds, Jake Paul he was dominating him. The 4th round, Tyron got that hit on him. I think if Tyron never got that hit, honestly, I think it would have been Jake Paul it would have been easily a unanimous, like every single round Jake Paul would have won. I think with that one hit though, it changed the whole perspective of the fight. I think Tyron won the last round after that, but I think it should have been a unanimous decision all the way through. I think Tyron was playing too much defense. You even heard it in his corner when they said, they were like, hey, you need to step up and start hitting him. You need to go at him.
Yeah. So I actually think
defense.
I actually think Tyron didn't do all that bad for how old he was and, for how long a rust he's had probably from the fighting thing. But from everything post-fight and everything I'm hearing after the fact, I think Jake Paul got humbled, and I hope that obviously he's going to get at least another 2 fights.
I think Jake Paul needed a fight like that. I think you hear it all around, like he needed to go to the distance with
but
someone.
I don't think he
hasn't gone past 2 rounds until then.
Yeah, but I think the consensus is out that if he fights a real boxer, he's in trouble.
Oh,
yeah, I think if he fights a real boxer, he's done. I mean, maybe in a couple years, but like you could just see there, like footwork, everything was just not.
Yeah, so I think his camp
he was not a professional boxer.
In 18 months, he said he was boxing for 18 months. I mean, I love boxing. In 18 months, like he's not bad for only boxing for 18 months. But the only thing is he doesn't have like certain fundamentals to it, and he's gonna retire. Like he even said he's retiring from it. I mean, I think the fight was just a money grab. Like,
I think his camp knows now that he will get exposed if they do anything of risk. So they're gonna, if he gets another fight, which I think he'll probably get 2 more because he'll probably do a rematch with Woodley. People will pay for it, or whoever he fights next, people will pay for it, and I think he'll get 2 more. I mean, I guess another $10 million. The guy's.
He's going to make money every fight pay-per-view.
Honestly, I don't like him, and he's a genius.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't fight Tyron and went and fought another like big time name just to bring even more money, because I think the Tyron thing is just completely gone past now. I think that was the Tyron's chance to come out and get that boxing career. He just didn't look like a boxer at all.
I think what's going to end up happening,
like
I think what's going to end up happening, the biggest payday for them is going to be if they fight each other, Logan and Jake. That'll be like the colossal ending of the stupid circus that we're all on. So I think Jake will get a couple more fights.
And Jake Paul's going to come out going at Conor McGregor as well. So
I don't think that fight will never happen. I don't think
Conor will start trolling him.
What I want to see is Jake Paul fight Nate Diaz. They were talking back and forth, and I want to see that. I'm a big Nate Diaz fan.
He's crazy.
Nate Diaz will destroy him.
He's crazy.
And Tyron Woodley was a wrestler, and Nate Diaz is a jiu-jitsu guy. They're not strikers. Let's just clarify that. These guys aren't strikers in the MMA. They're known for the other game.
Definitely a smart booking on Jake and his team's part. I don't think that they're going to make. I don't think they're going to take any risks. I think they got exposed. I think they've seen what they've seen. They got some money, like you said. The more money he makes, the harder it's going to be for him to train. So on to the next topic here. Let's talk some college football. Week 1, finally. Let's start MSU. They're opening up the season with Northwestern. They got an over/under 4.5 win total. Let's start with Jacob. Let's start with you. What are your predictions on MSU? What do you think over/under 4.5 win total for the season? What are you thinking?
I'm telling you, like I was telling you today, Jason. I've looked at it a couple of times. I've changed back and forth. They're going to be pretty. They might be okay, but they have a pretty tough schedule. I think the Big Ten is pretty good. I'm going to take the over 4.5 wins, just because they have Youngstown, Western Kentucky, at Rutgers, and then they have Nebraska, Purdue, Maryland. They just have to win 2 of those, 2 of the 3. I think I'm going to take the over. I think it's going to come down to the end, but their schedule is tough. The Big Ten's tough. And that 4.5 for them is pretty high.
Cookie, your team, Mel Tucker, second year. I won't count last year against him. That's just impossible to take on a team.
Tough one to
2020.
count.
You
Yeah.
really can't judge anybody on that. So he gets a free pass for last year. I guess this year is kind of like starting the clock on his tenure. What are your thoughts on the season? The over under 4.5 win total. I think you're probably going to be over on that, huh?
Yeah, I'm over on that. I think they win. They got to win 6 games. I think they're going to be at 500 because they got Youngstown. That's a win. They have to win Youngstown. They have Western Kentucky, Rutgers, like you said, Maryland. They have Nebraska. Nebraska didn't look good on Saturday.
Yeah, it's definitely a winnable game.
Nebraska looked terrible.
So as much as I, well, let me get this first. What are your thoughts on Mel Tucker? Is this guy going to be a good coach?
I think he's got what it takes to build a culture. I just really haven't seen too much of his recruiting, like something that like really pops in his recruiting. He's getting like hardworking guys, and I think he needs a little flash. I think that's what he needs in his recruiting. But it's hard.
Again, recruiting during COVID.
And he's only going into his second year. He probably doesn't have a ton of his whole. He still has D'Antoni's. A lot of his guys probably. This year, though, I mean, he's bringing in. He's got a ton of transfers coming in. The transfer portal is like.
Yeah, they took in.
He's taking advantage of it for sure.
They lost a few. They definitely brought in a few. Nobody knows what this team's going to look like.
We don't even know starting. I
actually looking at it as well. I think that they can easily get 5 wins. So I think that 4.5, because you have Youngstown State and you have Western Kentucky wins. I think the only 4 sure losses, at Miami and at Ohio State. I think those are 2 losses. I think Michigan, coin flip. You never know what's going to happen in that game. I think Purdue, Maryland, both winnable. As much as I hate to say it, I think they can have a decent 500-ish year, like you said. I hope they lose every game, but you know, they're going to be right there.
We need a bowl game.
I don't think that's happening this year.
I know, but for a successful season, we need a bowl game or a Michigan win. That's what we need. We need to beat Michigan. He did it last year. He needs to beat Michigan again.
Yeah, I even think outside of if you guys can beat just like Indiana at Indiana or Northwestern at North, because those are 2 good teams.
But if Michigan State wins against Youngstown State and Western Kentucky and they beat Michigan, that's a successful season to them. That loser fan base, they will be happy.
Loser?
Would you be happy?
I mean, I would be happy. But I would be happy with a 500 season.
Yes.
And but if you win,
tell me right now, if your only 3 wins were Youngstown State, Western Kentucky, and Michigan, you wouldn't be happy at the end of the year.
At the end of the year, I would be bittersweet because we beat you,
Michigan.
That's why, yeah. But the thing is, that whole me wanting Michigan to win every single game is because I want them to be the best they are and the best team for when Michigan State beats them. That's my logic.
If you guys hit the over on this 4.5, that is the biggest win for you guys. If you hit that 4.5 over, if you
I
get
don't know,
5,
you guys went 2 and didn't you guys go 2 and 4 last year or 2 and 5 last year?
But if
we'll get to that. We'll get to that next.
5 wins this
next.
Year. I think that's a big.
I agree with you, Cookie, that you know, from Michigan State standpoint, you want Michigan to be at their best when you play them, so you can beat them. Yep. From my standpoint, I want Michigan State to be 0-10 every year because I don't want in-state battles in recruiting. I don't want them to be a thorn on our side. I want it to be. I want to be a state. I want to dominate the state. But you can't under D'Antonio. He out recruited us and made it a living hell for Michigan fans for 10 years. You know, so
yeah, it's a big year too because Mel Tucker is just getting started with Michigan State, and Jim Harbaugh's fighting for his job.
We'll get to
it's a bad spot right now for the recruiting.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that guy Harbaugh here in a second. Let's talk about Northwestern. So Michigan State opens up with Northwestern at Northwestern. It was -4.5 when I started watching it a couple weeks ago. It's -2.5 MSU now. So money came in on MSU. Jacob, what do you think? What happens week 1 MSU Northwestern?
Yeah, I'm going Northwestern -2.5. I think that's a tough game for Michigan State. I mean, it's at home, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going Northwestern. It's at Northwestern. That's a tough game on the road, first game. Northwestern was good like they were really good last year, I thought. So I mean, I don't know if they pull it off. That's very, very good momentum going into this season. So it's a big game, but I'm Northwestern.
I like it. Cookie.
If we're talking like that,
Just straight up, what do you think? What do you
straight
think?
up win or
Win
lose,
the
or
game?
we're talking about the 2.5? Because at -2.5, I'm gonna have to have Northwestern. But let's just say Michigan State did beat Northwestern 29-20 last year, and Northwestern was ranked 14th, and that was their second win of the season. We were 1-3 by then. So I mean, or 1-4. We were 1-4 when we beat them. So anything could happen. Betting wise, I have to take -2.5 Northwestern. At +4.5, like Michigan State, I would debate that, because +4.5,
definitely.
I think they might be able to cover that. But the QB situation is a little rocky for me, so I don't really know whether they're going to go with the transfer guy Russo, or if they're going to go with Throne.
I think he's good. Russo's pretty good.
He throws interceptions. I like what Throne did against Penn State last year. Threw for 3 touchdowns and an interception. So we'll see.
All right, we got Cookie already first week taking the other team -2.5, but that's fine. We got Boon taking Northwestern -2.5. I also think Northwestern's going to win. I think they win by more than a field goal, so that looks like a good bet. Let's go to Michigan. Let's talk Michigan football. We've already brought them up a couple times. I agree with you, Boon. You brought it up a little bit earlier. This is a very pivotal year for Jim Harbaugh. We'll get into all of that. Let's start with you, Cookie. What do you think about Michigan? Their over/under win total 7.5. You already said you want them to be undefeated or be at their best when they come to play Michigan State. What are your thoughts about Michigan this year? What are you thinking?
At 7.5 over/under, they're under. I think they win 7 games this season. I don't think they're going more than 7.5. I think Jim Harbaugh just shuts down. This is last. I think he's gonna get canned this year. If he doesn't, he needs a big bowl game. He needs Ohio State win. If he doesn't matter if he wins against Penn State or whatever, he needs an Ohio State win to keep his job, and a big time bowl game. That team needs to be top 10, or else he's out of there. He's had years.
I have my opinion on that. Let's hear from Boone first, and then I'll tell you what I feel. Boone, what do you think?
Yeah, I think with the over 7.5, I'm going over. And it could be biased, but I just think they have 6 guaranteed wins at least.
Who do you think guaranteed wins?
I think guaranteed, obviously Western Michigan, Northern Illinois, Rutgers, Nebraska. I think Michigan State could be a guaranteed. It's a rivalry game, but
never
I think
guaranteed.
I just don't think Michigan State is at that level to be able.
We say that every year as Michigan.
Play
Michigan. When are we going to learn?
Yeah, I think
4 guarantees.
I think I'm okay. We'll count 4 there. I think Maryland's a guarantee.
Yeah,
and then I think in you know how I feel about Indiana on the line. I think that will be a win there because that's at home. Okay. I think Indiana's a little overrated this year, coming back from last year. I don't even think they should be ranked. They're somehow in the top 20 already, but I think that's 6 right there. And then you still have a ranked Washington team at home in the Big House, a night game that you know how those games go. That's
nervous about that one.
But I mean, that's a top 25 game. You're at home, a night game, the Big House, all the fans, the students back. And then you have Northwestern and at Penn State. That's a tough game. I think Wisconsin and Ohio State are both losses. I put those in losses. Those are 2 good teams.
I agree. Both of them on the road.
I think those are
Wisconsin on the road, Michigan at home.
Yeah, those are 4 or 5 games that are in the middle. They just have to win 2 or 3 of those to be able to get this over. I think they can do it. Harbaugh's gutted the whole. He's got brought in a whole new staff. Our quarterback is going to do. I feel like he's going to do good. They just named him today. I think they have a little bit of light, but who knows? We say this every year.
Yeah. So I actually disagree, Cookie, that he gets fired. And I don't think he needs to do a lot to keep his job. And the reason that I say this is because I think Michigan's problem has been happening for at least 3 to 4 to 5 years now. And it's truly going to come to light now that they have this new name, image, and likeness where the players can make money. Yep. Michigan is standing in front of players making money. They're going to get in the way. And this has been happening for, I would say 3 to 4 to 5 years, where the University of Michigan does not want the Michigan football program to be great. They're very happy with them being 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins, go to a bowl game. Maybe once every 20 years, we'll make a run. We'll beat Ohio State, maybe something like that. We'll have a miraculous season.
I don't know if we'll
But
ever beat Ohio State.
But they're clearly showing the signs of a school that does not want to go all in on football. They don't take JUCOs. They're the worst with the transfer portal. They make it impossible for anybody to transfer there. They're playing very hardball with this name, image, and likeness. When Michigan could be great, these guys could be signing great deals. These players, I'm sure there's tons of alumni, tons of boosters that want to be associated with Michigan football. 100,000 people every week. Who wouldn't want to be associated with their game? We sell out every game. We have one of the most popular fan bases in the country from just footprint wise. We got a lot of people on the East Coast. We have people on the West Coast. But I honestly don't think Michigan cares. I don't think they will fire Jim Harbaugh for another 8-win season. And I don't think we have the talent to go to a major bowl game, like you said. I don't think we have it anymore.
But I feel like you need to. I just feel like you need to. I mean,
yeah,
those days are gone.
I don't think a school will ever not want their team to be the best. I mean, I think sometimes with like the Lions and stuff, like maybe those ownership didn't want them to. But for Michigan football, coming from the rich history they have, how do they not want their team?
I think we're slowly watching them morph into a Northwestern, a university first.
I don't know. I do agree with you, Cookie. I think he needs to win. I don't think he needs to be like a playoff team this year. I think it's kind of like with this new restructure of the contract in January, February, I think that set him up for a new rebuild of his program. And you saw that like when he brought in
if anything,
staff.
he leaves for a pro job or another job.
Well, they restructured his contract year by year now. Yep. So if it is, he does have another bad year, he can go take a pro job, which makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
What more could Michigan have asked for, unless Jim Harbaugh is the absolute worst coach of all time, which I think he's got a lot of problems. I don't think he's been very good, but they're showing the signs of, and now with this new name, image, and likeness, you're going to watch the schools where kids are going to want to go to. They're going to want to go to the schools that have the most hip understanding of the NIL and how it works and how they can make money. In schools like Michigan, who are going to stand in front or make it difficult for players to make money. Why are kids going to want to come here? What's going to be the reason?
That's
why would a 5-star want to come here? Yeah, when Ohio State's going to be great at it, when Clemson's going to be great at it, when every SEC school is going to be great at it, why would a kid want to come to Michigan? Because Michigan's going to continually sell that. You get a Michigan education. You come here, you're going to get a great experience. They don't want to push all the chips into the table to do what it takes to be great at football, taking in JUCOs, taking in transfers, taking in transfer portals, getting endorsement deals for their players. They're not going to do it.
A lot of that is just like younger coaches, younger staff, younger people be able to understand that. And again, I keep saying it, but like, that's why they brought in this new staff. They brought in like a bunch of young guys. I'm pretty sure a ton of them are under 40. They like understand the JUCO, the transfer portal, all of that.
I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is the school does not allow it.
And then they've been doing that. Ohio State, they have young staffs. They know
what's school does not allow it. When Shea Patterson, I think, transferred to Michigan, I think he had to give up 18 credits to come here. So they make it very difficult. They make it very difficult for people to transfer.
Especially football players that don't want to go to school.
I know, allegedly.
Everything's alleged.
All
right. So my thoughts on Michigan this year. I think that they're going to get 8 or 9 wins. I think that they have clearly the losses to Ohio State, and I think they'll lose to Wisconsin. Then I think it's coin flip, Michigan State, Penn State. I think they can win. I think they can win 7 to 8 games, and if they surprise us, maybe they can throw in a 10-win season. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. But I would take the over in 7.5. They open up week 1 with Western Michigan minus 17.5 at home. I mean, Michigan's going to win. They do this every year. They're really good against the MAC teams. I would take Michigan. I like the under in this game, but I think I would stay away from this game because I think that Western Michigan's actually going to cover. So I'm pulling a cookie, and I would take Western Michigan with the points. Michigan stinks against the spread lately, and they usually.
I will bet on this one too. Big.
Yeah, I think the first game is going to be a little bit of a slow offense, so I think I would take the under. So, yeah, let's see, boys. I mean, Tucker first year, maybe last year for Harbaugh.
Okay, who do you have in that game?
In that game, I have Michigan minus 17.5.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
going.
I'm beyond that.
Yep, I'm
Nice.
doing that as well.
Yeah, because
I just think that's
Cade-
low.
I
That's
think
low
this
to
Cade
me.
guy.
The over under is
Cade
like
guy's gonna
60.
come out swinging.
The over
Yeah.
under is like 67 points or something like that. I thought it seemed like a lot of points. I like the under, especially for a week one when the offenses are new and they really know what's going on.
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah, we'll see. That I'm excited about it. Michigan State plays Friday. Michigan State plays Friday. Michigan plays Saturday.
I just have a quick question though
Yes, sir.
about Harbaugh, because I know my opinion on this. If he was fired at the end, or he goes to the NFL, whatever happens, he leaves. Would you be happy with what he has done for Michigan in his time?
I would not. No.
What has he done?
I think he brought you guys back to life, at least put you guys
Back to
back on the
life.
map. I mean, he gave you guys a couple good seasons.
He had
I just think
16 he had like 16 draft picks the first year he took
I don't.
over.
Has he ever beat Ohio State?
No.
No.
And I don't think he's ever gone to. We haven't gone to the
So
college.
here's
football
my
playoffs,
reason
so
why I think that he has
that
not
was
brought us
he
back
had
to
high
life.
expectations though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
Here's why I think he has not brought us back to life, Cookie, because when he was brought in, every Michigan fan said, okay, we're finally going to start beating Michigan State again consistently. We're going to take back over the power and we're going to start going after Ohio State again. And look where we are.
We're gonna go back
Every
and win
year
some
we
Big
go
Ten
into
titles.
Michigan State. It's still every time we play Michigan State. I don't care if we're undefeated and they have not won a game. That game. I will never count that team out. So number one, he has not, from a fan's perspective, when he came in, we thought, okay, time for Michigan State fans to go back to being number 2 in the state, but it never happened. Maybe we've won more of the last 6 or 7 years, but he never really took over that rivalry, and he has not won, or he does not win big games. He tends to lose. Name one big game he's won.
He's lost every big
Yeah.
game.
Every big game. Yeah. So no, Cookie.
I don't think he was your guys' savior, but I think he brought like a little hype back to Michigan.
I think he was supposed to be our savior.
He was one of the hottest hires of I think our lifetime. Quarterback coming back to Michigan, NFL guy, Super Bowl guy. I mean, I honestly thought it was, we were gonna be a top 5, top 7 team and do it consistently, and it just never happened. So
I thought we were
talk-
going to get put into Alabama and Clemson.
I never thought we'd get. Well,
That was the
there
goal.
might have been a time where I thought that. Early in the Harbaugh run when, so I don't think he's done well. It's a good question, Cookie. No, I don't think so. Let's talk college football. Let's talk national championship season outlook. What are you thinking, Jacob? National championship picture, Final Four. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think all three of us can agree. And I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but there's only really 5 good teams right now that just like stand out. And it's hard for any other team to kind of have a chance with the playoff situation. Just obviously Bama, Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia. Those are just like, I mean,
Texas
we really
A&M,
don't need
Texas A&M at number 6.
Yeah, Texas A&M. But then, I mean, outside of that, it's really, I mean, there's good teams, but they don't really have a chance to get into the playoffs. Like they're just not good enough. Like these top 5 or 6 teams are just powerful. Like they're way too good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's no doubt about it. The Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State have the easiest run to the Final Four.
Yeah.
So I would, put those 3 in, and then Georgia, Alabama, Texas A&M are battling for that 4th spot.
And I think that, like we talked about it earlier, I think the SEC could easily have 2 teams in.
How if the SEC has 2 teams, then who's out from the Big Ten, ACC, or Big 12?
That first week matchup, that could really
I think Clemson could lose that game.
go down the line.
They'll win every single They're minus 750 to win the
If I
ACC.
had to pick a team out of any of those teams that could kind of fall out, it is probably Clemson. Just because, a younger quarterback coming in, he's not, he played like 2 games last year, if one maybe. I don't know. Like, I've seen a lot of questions about him, whether
All
like what he
three,
can do.
all three have new quarterbacks. Clemson,
Yeah.
Clemson, Alabama, and Ohio State.
Ohio State as well.
All
Yeah,
3 new quarterbacks. But
I think Clemson's the one, like everyone around him. I think they're the one that has.
who's going to beat them in the ACC?
But,
Who's going to beat them?
They probably won't
Miami?
lose in the ACC.
Miami,
Miami's a sleeper team though.
Boston College, Pitt, something like that. I don't know.
I would say what Cookie said, Miami maybe.
Miami's a sleeper team this year. Miami
you're
might be really good.
So barring anything, obviously the chalk is going to play. I think Ohio State's going to win the Big Ten. I think they're going to do it easily.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, I think, is going to win the Big 12. I think they're going to do it easily. I think Clemson could lose to Georgia first game, run the table entirely on the ACC, still make the Final Four. But I think Clemson actually, I think Clemson wins a national title this year.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm with
They're
you
due.
on that.
They're due. They
Wow.
got it's just trade the trophy between Clemson, Alabama,
In Ohio State.
Can Oklahoma
Give Ohio State one in a year.
Oklahoma will have the offense. Will they have the defense? So I think my Final Four would come down to, just like you said, we go Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State, and I think I would go Alabama. I'll take Saban over Kirby Smart, and I think Clemson wins a national title this year. Cookie, what do you think?
I'm with you on that Clemson. I'm big on
Yeah.
Clemson this year. I love that quarterback. I think he's going to be. I think
I was
he's gonna be
listening.
I think he's gonna be a Heisman Trophy winner right off. Like he's gonna
He's
be
going
First
to
year?
be. He's going to be in the mix. He's going to be in the mix.
he's
For
right out of
sure.
talks. I think he's gonna be finalist right away. Like I think he's gonna win it this year. I got Clemson winning against Georgia for that
Yeah,
game.
that's week
Week
one.
Yeah, I have them winning
I
against.
think
Georgia.
we're all on Clemson on that one.
Yeah. I think like you were saying, if Georgia does win that game, that sets Georgia up for something big.
Yeah, because
going
Georgia,
forward.
I think could go. I mean, it's easier said than done, but I think they could go undefeated in the SEC on their side until they play Bama in the title game.
At the same time, too, like we're saying, Clemson, who are they? Who's going to beat them in the ACC? At the same time, the SEC is like Texas A&M in there as well. It could come down to, with all the some of these big games, it could come down to like strength of schedule, and the SEC to me is tougher than the ACC. So
it's going to be hard.
If Georgia
It's going to
wins,
be hard to
and
put it.
Clemson wins
It's
out.
hard to put in 2 teams over undefeated Ohio State or
Very true. Yep.
Oklahoma, because obviously there's going to be one of those 3 teams is going to slip up. They're not all going to go undefeated.
100%.
I don't think it's not going to happen. So what ends up happening at that point, I think you're right. Then it could come down to if Georgia beats Clemson, goes undefeated, Alabama goes undefeated, they see each other in the SEC title game, one of them loses, I could see both games put into the Final Four. But
Yeah.
I think Alabama's going undefeated.
I think Alabama.
You don't think so? I have Alabama as my national champion. I think.
Yeah, it's like
I had it's an
everybody
easy,
says they got a new quarterback. Yeah, everybody says they got a new quarterback. They got a new this, but like they got a new 5-star. They got a new.
Yeah.
They always have everyone around them defense.
Well, yeah, they just
receivers,
breed
running backs.
quarterbacks and wide
This
receivers.
kid might be like Ohio State. Jacob and I were talking earlier. Ohio State has arguably the best wide receivers in the country. So this new quarterback coming in, everybody says he's better than the last guy or whatever. He's the best Ohio State seen. And now he's got all these weapons. So like Ohio State quarterback, just plug and play, put a new one in.
And
He's going to be great. He's going to throw 50 touchdowns against Michigan. We're going to look like idiots. It's the worst thing on the planet every single year. Crossing route all day long. So,
and I do think too that I'm going to mess his name up. The Chris Olave. Yeah, I think he'll be a Heisman finalist if this quarterback is good as they're saying he is. He's going to end up being a Heisman finalist. He's good. He's really, really good.
So let's just go around real quick. Clemson champ, Jacob.
I have Alabama.
Cookie.
I have Clemson. I'm with you on that.
I like it. Week 1, Clemson versus Georgia. It's not a home game. I think it's in North Carolina. So I like Clemson. Jacob,
Yeah, I'll probably go Clemson as well. I don't know what the spread is, but
3.5 as of right now.
and they're favored.
Clemson's -3.5.
Yeah, I'll go -3.5. I do think Georgia has some defensive players out as well.
Yeah.
That I saw. So I think I'm going to go Clemson, which is
Uh,
could be a start to a little undefeated season.
It's going to be a
That's
great
your
quarterback.
guys'
It's going to be a great quarterback play that game. I think if you guys are not doing
Yeah.
anything Saturday night,
JT Daniels in there as well.
yeah, Saturday night, if you guys are not doing anything, we should go to the sports book for a little bit, Greek
Yeah.
Town, and we'll go to Barstool Sportsbook or something. We'll watch it, put a little bit of
Throw
cheese,
some bets on, drink some
eat
beers.
some food, and watch some college football, which is going to be great. So, anything else on college football?
I did have a couple things too. Texas, I don't know about you guys, but very, very overrated.
I don't think,
Overrated.
I
And
think
they
they're
have
They are not back.
not
they have
back.
one of the toughest. I think I
Not
had here.
back.
They have the fourth toughest schedule. I'm pretty sure that and like they're changing conferences to play better teams or whatever they want to do. But
Well,
like,
that's a money grab.
they
Texas
already
is a
like
money grab,
they can't
yeah.
even win games they already have on their.
Yeah,
schedule.
they're gonna. It's crazy though. I don't understand how. This is what happens when Texas A&M join the SEC, start taking recruits. Oklahoma, they go in there now.
It's-
Alabama goes into Texas, they own it. So I agree with you. Texas is not back. I don't see them being back for another year or two. Who's the coach there now? Sarkisian, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sarkisian, right? So give him a year or two. He'll start doing his illegal SEC tactics of recruiting. I am also hearing that Texas is having giving their players trouble with the name, image, and
Yeah.
likeness stuff.
I saw that
So
as well.
could be, could be a bummer. A lot of schools need to get with the times. This is happening quick. It's happening overnight. It's happening. Beautiful things are happening with it. Kids are getting. I mean, now there's obviously going to be some shady stuff going on, but these schools that don't catch on quick, they're going to get swamped
Yeah.
because the SEC's already been buying kids' cars for the last 20 years. Now they can just do it legally and watch and see what happens if you don't start catching up to them. So, college football, cool. I like it. I'm excited. I'm looking
You
forward
guys,
to this
hey,
weekend.
whoa, one pick, a lock. Ohio State -14 and a
minus
half.
minus
yeah.
14 and a half.
minus 13 and a half, actually 2 touchdowns
It's
that-
minus
that's-
13 and a half now.
versus Minnesota. Yeah, that is the
That's-
craziest line I think I've.
What?
Ohio
Slam
State's
dunk.
gonna,
That's Thursday. That's Thursday
they're
night, right?
yeah, they're gonna absolutely dominate Minnesota.
I agree. I like that. All over that. I
don't know who
Minus
made that
13
line.
and a half?
Whoever made that line in Vegas, unless
was-
I saw it wrong.
Someone's losing their job.
No, it was
Make a
14.
lot
and a
of
half.
money
Let me look
off
real
that.
quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me look.
Unless they know
because
something we don't. Vegas always knows, but
I'm betting
no
against them.
chance that Ohio State doesn't win by 2 touchdowns.
That's my lock. Minus 13 and a half.
Holy.
Let's take a look. I'm pulling them up right now. I got
Minus
looking at 'em
14 and a
now.
half.
minus 14 and a half.
Yeah, I have on FanDuel. And
I still would take a minus 14 and a
I
half.
would take him as well. Yeah, I think it's going
Yeah.
to be a 3-4 touchdown.
Slam.
I think it might be 21-point lead. by
I'll give you another
halftime.
one. I like Alabama minus 19 and a half against Miami. I think they beat them by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and we will do our picks too this week too.
Yeah, we'll
We
do
will have
We'll do
picks
that.
out Saturday morning, Sunday
Nice.
mornings.
All right, so college football, that's good. It's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Now let's get into, unfortunately, let's move into our next topic. Cookie's favorite, the Lions. New staff, new outlook, new swagger in the city, new confidence, new gallons of Kool-Aid out there. Let's start with you, Cookie. What are your thoughts? New regime, new everything.
All right, new regime. I don't think this is a regime. I think this is I don't know. I love Dan Campbell. I love Dan Campbell with the burning passion. I love this
Legit.
guy. I could watch him all day. I will bite kneecaps off. I don't care.
You know
like,
what
it doesn't matter.
you know what bothers me about him right now is that he does and says everything right. He's cool. He says everything right. He's funny. He's a football guy.
I love it though.
Tough dude. So like
Yeah.
me in my head, the half fan that I am, I can't enjoy this right now because I feel like something's wrong.
Nothing's wrong. Just
I
let
feel
it
like
happen.
something's wrong.
Let it
I
happen.
think
man.
this is good. I
Just
think
let
this
it
is
He
good.
seems like a good dude. He seems like
And
a guy
he's
that
bringing attention to Detroit too.
Yeah.
which is like that's what we've needed that. The
Okay,
Lions
so let's-
needed
Mic
that.
him up
Needed
every day.
attention.
so let's
Mike
talk
him up
about
every day.
let's talk about it in a serious fashion here. I don't think that I think this year we're going to get absolutely rocked. I feel terrible for the guy. We have one of the hardest schedules I have ever seen.
tough.
We play the NFC West, who is I think the best division in football. We play the AFC North, is it? And even if we go 500 in our division, I think we're going to have so much trouble with our non-conference games. So this guy's going to have a rough first year.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's going to score for us. What weapons are you looking at, Cookie?
So I am right now for the Lions, and like as diehard as I am dying for them to just tank. Okay.
Yeah.
I want this line. I would love to see the Lions win it all. Okay. I just don't see them doing anything this year at all. I love the coaching. I love the staff that they put in. They got real players. Brad Holmes. I like Brad Holmes as a GM, but they got, Dan Campbell, ex-player. They got, Anthony Lynn, ex-player, offensive coordinator. I think he's going to be great. I mean, he was a head coach, Antoine Randall. I love that for the wide receivers coach. I love that one. Deuce Staley, love that. And then Aaron Glenn as defensive coordinator. Like, I don't see us failing for longer than 3 or 4 years. And I think we're going to retain this staff, and we're going to keep this staff. This year, wash this year out, because this is just his first year, just how Mel Tucker, you said that one's a wash. His first year, his first head coaching job. If I'm not correct, I might be, incorrect on that, but Dan Campbell I think they're going to go under on that 4.5, which I want. The only thing that kind of scares me is that extra week on. I think they might be like borderline. I think they're going to win twice against Chicago and once against the Packers. But
you think twice against Chicago?
Oh yeah.
Cookie. Hey, if you want to roll with me, I'm going the over just so I can have something to root for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I
just want to watch those games and make some.
Yeah, but I'm with Cookie where it's got to get bad before it can get.
Exactly.
I agree.
Bad before it can get great. Yeah. But I could totally see this team being a bottom 3 team and having a top 3 pick again.
I would love it.
Yeah,
I would love it.
Because when you look at this schedule, we have the 49. I'm not even talking about our division.
I think there's only 5 teams we can beat.
Tell me when you got to win in this. Okay? I'm just going to read the non-conference. 49ers, Ravens, Bengals, possibly.
Bengals.
That's one of my teams I had.
We have Rams.
No chance.
Yep. That game would be awesome to go to if we could get out to that, but I think
I want to go to that. What is that?
End of October.
October 24th.
I think it's in LA, I think.
Yeah, in LA, October 24th.
Yep. So the Eagles at home, that's a winnable game. They're not great. Yeah. But then again, lost to the Steelers, lost to the Browns, lost to the Broncos, lost to the Cardinals.
I had the Broncos on my list for the wins.
Yeah, we will be.
They're back and forth with the quarterback. I mean,
you think we're going to go to Denver and win on the road?
I think it's a winnable game. I don't think it's like a counted as loss.
I just counted it because the Lions are so bad on the road. But then we have the Cardinals and the Seahawks.
We're not beating
Falcons. Did you say the Falcons? Falcons is a win. The Falcons are terrible. Mm-hmm. And I also had the Vikings. We play them twice. I think you win. You split with the Vikings. They're not.
I think we can win 3 games in the division. I think we can beat the Bengals. That's 4 wins. Where does the 5th win come from? Is what's Broncos?
Yeah, Broncos. This is what I want. Like I'm talking about wants. I want them to be bottom 3.
Jacob, I might take the over.
I'm gonna take the over. I think if they win 3 games, if they win 2 games in the NFC North, and then they win the Eagles, Bengals, Broncos, and Falcons, or even just win 3 of the 4, that's 5 right there. And I'm kind of with Cookie. I don't mind it, if we do have a bad year and we draft good next year. But at the same time, I do want to see, like, with Dan Campbell his first year, I want to see the guys like fight. Like, I want to see something.
I'm just worried.
If that means we win some games, if we win 5 games and get the over, or win 6 games, that's fine with me.
I would love.
I just want to see like some sort of improvement from Patricia.
I think it's going to be hard, man. I think it's going to be hard. I don't think we have the offensive weapons, and I think we have a brutal schedule.
We definitely
think it's going to be. I think if we could have, any other division besides for the NFC West, like that's just
we have some very tough games.
You're going to have like
those in the NFC South. I would have loved that.
we could have fared much better, but that just means that in the upcoming years, hopefully we get paired up with a better non-conference with the right, with the right team. So, hey, listen, I absolutely dread being a Lions fan. It's like you can't enjoy
Love it.
anything. You
I
can't
kind of
enjoy
like it.
anything.
It's a rush. I love a little
It
rush.
makes
Yeah,
me
but
feel alive.
you guys wait.
Real,
You guys,
yeah.
you guys just wait and see. You guys don't think when I was your age, I was a Lions fan? I had every jersey, every single Sunday. I was ready to go. This is the year.
Here we go.
And then after
How about being like a Rams fan or something? You're always in contention to win a Super Bowl and you just never do. I'd rather be rebuilding than.
Yeah.
you'd rather that. Come on.
Actually, yeah.
No,
no,
I mean, I would rather be. I
Playoff
would
game.
rather be
You
a
know what I'm
playoff
saying.
game. Come
You know
on.
what I'm
No,
saying,
I don't. That's a hot take there, my friend Jacob. I would much rather be a team that goes to the playoffs. At least
I want to win a Super Bowl.
give us one.
I would love to go to the playoffs.
It was one run. Just
I'm just saying, if the Lions are in the Super Bowl, I
Okay,
will
guys,
max
pump
out
the
all my
brakes.
credit cards.
pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Let's
Couple
do this,
years,
man.
5,
Pump the
6.
brakes. Pump the brakes. Lions get a home playoff.
Now,
I will still max out all my credit cards for
We'll
anything.
burn the
to go
city
with that.
down.
I'll
Cookie,
burn
I
it
do-
down. Burn it down.
Home playoff game.
the city will go crazy.
Home playoff
Yeah.
game. Home playoff game in the wild card round. And the city
That
will
would
burn
just
down.
be. Hey,
Yeah.
So-
Cookie, I do want to. Can I ask Cookie a question real quick?
Of course, my friend.
With the wide receivers,
Uh-huh.
who out there do you think that they can go get? Because I was reading about it. Josh Gordon and Golden Tate. I saw some names out there.
Josh Gordon.
Golden Tate's
Not
old.
signed.
Josh Gordon's still
Not signed.
indefinitely suspended.
He's about to get come.
Who-
They're about to allow it back.
They need to go get one or at least one receiver to add on. I
Um,
think.
I don't.
Or they
think
just
it's
waited
Golden
out.
Tate. I think they
When-
waited out,
when,
because I think St. Brown, their rookie, is going to be a standout wide receiver this year. I think he is. He's got the athleticism for it all, and he's a mini Golden Tate. We don't need Golden Tate. I think Golden Tate,
I
if he signs
agree.
anywhere, he's going to go to the Rams.
Do you think they should make a move or no?
I don't think
Yeah,
they should make a
he's
move
there.
at the wide receivers.
Why
I
not?
think they
No?
should. I think they should see what they have, because you don't know what you're going to get in these in this like wide receiver class. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be that's gonna be our weakest position. I think is that. I think tight ends were rocks out.
oh, dude, TJ Hawkinson is
Yeah.
It is a
beast.
really good thing with that trade with Stafford. We did get a first round pick from the Rams.
Yeah.
And it's going to end up being a later first round because the Rams are going to be good. That's
That's
just
for
going
next
to be
year?
that's going to be a receiver. Could go get a
Yeah.
receiver with that little late first round.
That's next year, Jacob.
That'll be I believe it's next year's draft. Yeah.
Yeah, it's next year's draft. So
No, I think that's
we have
right there.
Cephas.
That's a build for a receiver spot.
Yeah, we have Cephas, and Cephas is young, but he's got a high ceiling. He's fast. He's quick. He's got good route running. St. Brown.
Do you guys
I think
Do you guys
he's gonna
think
be great.
Goff? Do you guys think Goff is the guy or no?
No, he's checked.
I don't
out
know
early.
I don't know if he's the guy. I don't think he's bad though. I think
Who's
we
the
can
one
run-
that takes us? Who's the one that takes this team to the next level? Is it going to be a new quarterback or Goff?
Rookie quarterback.
It'll be a rookie quarterback.
No, not like a rookie, but we need a new quarterback.
Either a free agent or a rookie is what you're saying.
No, yeah, we need to draft a quarterback, and that's what it needs to be. Unless, what free agent? What quarterback?
no, I'm not saying-
it's
saying-
tough to get.
I'm saying. So it's
Not Jared Goff.
not Jared Goff. And
Not
we're
it.
looking at somebody else. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah.
He
I
could
agree.
take a team. He took the Rams.
To the Super
yes.
Bowl. That's the only argument that I could
But
That was a
say.
great. That was a
defense-
great football team. That was a great.
Yeah, his
football team.
defense was a complete team. Jared Goff wasn't doing anything crazy. He had great wide receivers. He had
Yeah.
Todd Gurley, right? And then he had the
So,
best defense in the league.
Let's stay on that. Let's stay where you're at there, Cookie. I like where you're going with this. NFL. What do you like? What do you think about the Rams this year?
All right. That's the only problem, because I'm diehard Lions and I love Matthew Stafford. All right. And I would love to see him win, but just not next year. I want that draft pick. Okay. I want that first round draft pick to be a lower draft pick. A higher up draft pick. I don't want that low draft pick. I want them to be lower in the standings.
I
See,
like it.
This is Cookie.
Selfish.
I did see
I
that.
like
It was
that.
yeah. I just saw it.
Hey,
I
man.
like that.
Detroit versus everybody.
Where's your knife?
Hey, I will
Detroit
say
versus,
this,
I got it
though.
right here.
Cookie. I just
Detroit versus everybody.
the Rams they're going to go to the playoffs no matter what. Like they're too good not to. I think if they go to the playoffs, we're probably not going to get the best draft pick anyways. So I don't care if he goes and wins one.
Well,
Like,
the reason
we're
I
not
bring
gonna-
this up,
He's going to make the playoffs with them. They are too good not to. I might as well let him. I would love for him to go win one next year if that's
Oh,
his
love
best
for him
chance
to
in his
win, yeah.
career.
Yep.
And I would take a lower draft pick because it's only going to be they're going to make the playoffs. You're probably only going to get 5 or 6 extra spots, which once you get that late into the draft, it might not even make a difference. You know?
At the end of the day-
I like Cookie's selfish approach. I like
Yes.
Jacob's short-term approach. I like both. I brought it up because of this. I wanted to talk about your Super Bowl predictions. And I actually love the idea of the Rams going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Love it. I love it. That's my storyline of the year that I'm rooting for.
I didn't see what were they
They're
plus
13
plus
plus
1,300?
1,300, 1,200.
Yeah.
I think they're 1,200.
1,200 now? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
plus
think-
12. I had them at plus
I
1,200.
mean, they're in a really tough division,
I
but
took it.
That's
No.
I think the winner of that division might go win a Super Bowl.
I agree that they're going to at least represent the NFC.
That's a
Yeah.
great division. I have for my Super Bowl, I had a safe bet, and I'm sure you guys agree the Chiefs plus 475. Like that's just a safe bet because they probably will get in the Super Bowl, but I had the Bills.
So
in
that
the
would be
Super-
what, 3 Super Bowls in a row for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They're
3.
not
I
going to-
and then I had some like kind of value picks. I had the Bills at plus 1,100.
Like it.
I like the Bills, and that's a really good odds. And then the Seahawks at plus 2,200. They're in the NFC West.
Anybody
as
in that
well.
division, you could even take the 49ers too.
No.
Yeah,
not.
and the Seahawks are
look
pretty
good.
solid too.
They
And
look
just
good,
like I
Cookie.
said,
Quarterback play.
You think the Seahawks still have
They-
enough?
they
Jacob?
don't know who. I think the Seahawks could win it. They're
Yeah,
they're very
I
good.
agree with Boon on his picks for that.
Yeah,
My 2 NFC picks are either the Seahawks or the Rams
Yep.
for them to be in the Super Bowl.
So I think
And
it's
we
so
have the same
hard.
for AFC.
I think it's
And
so
we are
hard.
leaving out the Bucks. The Bucks are good, but it's just
Yeah.
tough to a back to back at. With
And they
that
signed
team.
everybody back. Like they
Yeah,
signed the whole
it's
team back.
tough
So like
to
those guys are
not
all going to
bring
be,
anyone in. And
yeah, they're going to be celebrating this year. They're going to be all, and Brady is getting old. I mean, at some point it's got to stop, right? You can't do it forever.
We've been
So-
saying
you
that for how many years?
say
Saying
that,
that for how
but-
many
We
years?
say
right?
that how many years?
I hope he does it. I hope Brady wins again. I mean, that would be great.
That'd be
So
amazing.
the only way I can pick a Super Bowl winner is picking a storyline, right? Like there's no I can't I love all your guys' picks. I love Buffalo this year. I mean, Josh Allen did you see that dart he threw the other night was an absolute laser rope.
He's
I like 2 stories. I like Stafford and the Rams going and winning the Super Bowl, or I like Belichick getting his revenge. Only thing is I don't know about the quarterback spot.
their quarterback battle right now is there's no way that right now I would ever put any of my money on them to win.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even
Not
put
even
them
the
to
game.
It's
win
looking
the
like
conference.
Yeah, that's so I'm worried about it. It's too early on the Belichick run. So who outside of the Chiefs and the Bills and the AFC, what's a deep sleeper there? I mean, can the Cowboys do anything on the
No,
NFC
I think the
side?
Cowboys.
No.
I don't even know if the Cowboys will make the
Dak
playoffs.
Prescott's hurt, right?
No, he's
I
coming back.
have-
Dak Prescott's coming
He's
back.
back? Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
back.
but
Full.
But he had
I don't know
a
about
shoulder.
you
He had a
guys.
shoulder.
No, he's back. I had in the NFC East. One of my picks that I was going to share was Washington football team to win plus 220
To win the
I don't-
division?
to win it. They're good. Their defense is probably the best, one of the best in the league.
Yeah, I love their defensive end to win. Chase Young to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. But to answer your question, Jason, I had I think the Steelers maybe
Okay.
could be a deep one. They're at 8.5 wins. I took
How
the
about the
over.
Browns? The
That's mine.
Browns?
That's my deep.
You
one.
like the
The
Browns?
My deep one.
Wow.
Yeah, my deep one is the
Wow.
Browns. I have the Bills. Winning the AFC.
Okay.
That's a storyline because
Because the Bills are a
Stephon
great
Diggs.
city.
it's
The
just
Bills
Stephon
are a
Stephon
great
Diggs, though.
city.
That's my
Stephon
Super Bowl
Diggs.
pick is the Bills. I love
If
Yeah.
the Bills go to the Super Bowl,
They're
that's
winning
something
it.
that's something I could totally root for because that's a great city.
Yeah.
They have a great fan
100%.
base, and
They're like us.
you guys are too young to know this, but there was a point when I was young and they went to 4 Super Bowls in a row and they lost all 4.
Lost everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So their fans are like us. Like they're just nuts like us.
No, their fans are
They're more nutty. They're more nutty.
their fans are more creative. Like they got the Bills Mafia, they got the tables.
Yeah.
I mean, they're wild.
they're a little
It's
psycho
insane.
too. We're
I mean, but if
psycho.
Michigan, if the Detroit Lions, so Jacob, were you in the group text when we were talking about if the Detroit Lions go to the Super Bowl, would you rather be at the Super Bowl or in Detroit?
I think I would rather go to the Super Bowl.
That's a once in a lifetime chance.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't
Then,
do it
then,
riots.
then in
So
a
You
you
day
can
or
go to
two,
riot, you know,
in a
like,
day or two,
can't-
you have the parade. It might go on
He
for
said-
days.
He says you can go to riots.
You can't go to the Lions Super Bowl ever again in your whole life. If they do
It
that
might
one
it
time,
might go
might
on
be the
for
last
days.
one.
The party.
First episode packed right now. If the Lions go to the Super Bowl, all three of us are going.
Yeah,
to the Super Bowl.
It's a pact.
blood pack.
Ugh.
Cut somebody there. And I'm going to save this video for our lifetime. And in 30 years, when the Lions go to Super Bowl, I'm going to bring this up and we're going to say, bro, you remember when we did this? So,
Yeah.
all right. Anything else?
Yeah, I have a couple of future
Yeah.
picks. If you
What
guys,
do you like?
I have just a couple over and unders. So you guys can tell me if they're bad. I have the Steelers. I already said 8.5 over. They went, I think, 10-0 last year to
I
start.
think it was
the year.
11.
11-0,
Yeah.
and they're only at 8.5, and there's an extra game, and it's plus 110. So
Yeah.
that's insane. The Titans, I think the Titans are a very, very good team.
Very
Over
good.
9.5 for plus 110.
And they added
That's-
Julio, and they have how
Yeah.
many? Nine and a half?
And then I have two unders, or I have one under actually. I was gonna do two. The Jets under 6 games. I don't think the Jets with Zach Wilson are, and it's plus 110 for them to get under. I don't.
What do
think
you
they're
so?
gonna be
What do you
great.
guys think about New England over under?
What are they at?
What are they at?
Let me
I think
look
they
them up
might be
real quick.
8.5 or 9, if I can remember.
I don't know. I don't know why I forgot about the Titans, but
Titans
I'm
are
heavy
they're
on the
sleeping
Titans.
very
I'm
good,
heavy on
and
the
they added
Titans.
Julio Jones.
Yeah.
And they added
They
Julio
have
Jones.
Derrick Henry. Tannehill's very good. Like
So I
Very
saw something-
underrated.
I saw
Tannehill's very
something.
underrated.
Derrick Henry is the only human being on earth to rush for 2,000 yards in a season in high school, in college, and the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Is he the best
Insane.
running back? He's clearly the best running back in the NFL. Where do you put him as if you're starting a franchise right now? Obviously, Patrick Mahomes number one. Where does Henry fall in line?
I don't think you
it
start
would
with the
be-
running back.
yeah, maybe 5.
Who do you think is the best running back in the league?
I
Derrick
think
Henry.
Derrick Henry is one a pure running back. Derrick Henry. But
So,
Christian
so my
McCaffrey-
question is, you're starting a franchise. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is number one player we take right now.
Yeah,
You
100%.
know, where is Derrick Henry on the rank of? Is he a top 10 guy?
I would say top 10.
Yeah, top 10 for sure. But if we're
I don't
talking
think you can
running
go deep
backs,
with
I think he's second running back I take. I
Who do you
take
think?
Christian McCaffrey. I think
Christian
Christian
McCaffrey?
McCaffrey would have a longer career than Derrick Henry.
More
Derrick Henry's
versatile.
between the tackles.
Yeah,
Goes
but
straight to the line.
him between the tackles is why linebackers are
What's-
having shorter careers. That guy's a
What's
Yeah.
crazy is
Bad
no
boy.
one's talking about Saquon now because he tore what was the
Saquon can
ACL.
be-
no,
Saquon can
no
be
one's talking
incredible.
about him anymore
Saquon can be
because of his
incredible.
injury.
What about Alvin Kamara? He's sick.
He's good.
Yeah, I like Alvin,
Sick.
but the thing is, it's
The Saints with Jameis Winston might be interesting this year because he's a
I
wild
agree.
card. He's a wild
He's-
card, bro.
wait. Let me.
He's a wild card,
I-
dude. He
My
got
boy Tommy.
I'm very big on Jameis. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be
Cookie,
honest.
Okay.
what do you,
so-
Cookie, talk to me.
My boy Tommy messes with me every single day about this. All right. So Tom, if you listen to this, I don't like you anymore because now Boone, I don't know if I'm gonna like you anymore. No, but Jameis, he says that Jameis Winston is a top 5 quarterback.
I
Well,
agree
let's
with
not-
him.
I do
100%
not agree. He
I think
threw
maybe
like
not top
30
five, but he's
interceptions
Come
in
on,
one season.
come on.
Let me.
Come
Can
on.
I argue for Tommy?
Go
I
ahead.
can argue for him. I can argue for him.
I thought we
First
won.
argument. You know he had that eye surgery. That changes a lot.
LASIK,
Okay.
my boy.
Second,
LASIK.
second argument. He just spent a year with one of the best quarterbacks of all time. One of his problems, all of those interceptions, where did that probably come from? Reading a defense, because he threw over 30 touchdowns. So
Yeah.
he's just having an issue reading defenses. He's having an issue, knowing where to throw it on time, this, that. He was just with Sean Payton and Drew Brees for a whole year, a Hall of Fame quarterback that knows, and he just sat in a quarterback room with a Hall of Famer, could be
Yeah.
a top 10 quarterback of all time. And if you watch him in preseason, some of those throws, he came into the playoffs last year, I don't even know if it was the playoffs, but for one play and threw a dime. Like he's been in this quarterback room, one of the best
I
quarterbacks.
have
of
him
all
on my
time.
bench on my team.
That's
on my
a great
fantasy team.
quarterback.
I have
bench.
him on my bench, but I don't think he's a top 5.
Listen,
Maybe not
I'm-
top 5, but he's top 10. I would put him up there.
yeah, I think
I like that.
I think top 5 is way aggressive because you have Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. How many more?
Rodgers.
Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, there's a lot more I take before Jameis. However, I'm not mad at you, Boone. I like the take a lot. because
I think it's a sleeper, like you said.
I
would
think they
take
could be
maybe the
better.
over.
They could
They'll
be
be in the
better with
playoffs.
they could be better with Jameis than old Breeze. Like old
They
Breeze
may
couldn't get the
have
ball
they may
down the
have
field.
went to a Super Bowl last year if they had a better quarterback.
They had the ball. So Michael Thomas is hurt, I think, is he's
Yeah,
something's always up with him.
4 or 6
So,
games.
Yeah,
He's
so
4 or 6
that
games
stinks
out.
too. But yeah, I like it. I think the Saints are going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Anything
They're
else, guys?
fun.
NFL,
They're fun.
they're great.
No.
They're great,
That's-
Wanna
and
talk-
and just prayers for the city of New Orleans, just in general, right now. I mean, I
Yeah.
know that being in Michigan, I mean, it's a crappy place to live sometimes weather-wise, but at least we don't have, with hurricanes and things like that. It's just crazy. That's sad. That's
sad. Yeah.
sucks to see it. Hopefully they get better sooner rather than later. So, yeah, NFL pumped up. A couple more weeks. I'm glad we got some football this weekend. Lions, we're gonna have to get out to a couple tailgates. I know Cookie, you got some things planned, so let's circle some games and let's get to it. I'd like to see one of the out of conference games. I'm sick of seeing the Bears, Packers, Vikings. So we want to go to
I
one
want
of
to go to
those.
the Niners. I'm gonna go to the opening.
You want to go to the opener?
I'll be at the opener. That's my birthday. That day is my birthday, so
All right.
I will. I'm already
Happy
going. So,
Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's
so if
do
you
it.
guys want
Let's
to,
do
if
it.
you guys want to meet up there,
All right,
You guys wanna hear?
Lions, new regime, NFL.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I'm not gonna go full blown half fan in year one. I know it's gonna be a hard schedule. The NFL is not
you
easy.
already the half fan, man.
Oh, but I'm gonna be 3/4 fan this year for the Lions. I'm gonna give them a chance. I gave Pencilhead a chance, so I got to give this guy a chance. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Another great little energy and resurgence here in the city. Let's talk our next topic. I know you guys are gonna love this. Let's talk Pistons. First round draft pick overall. Got this Cade in town now. Everybody's excited. Let's start with you, Boone. What are your thoughts on the Pistons and just where we're at right now?
Yeah, I think it's just a good building block, good start. It's kind of like the Lions. You just got to start somewhere and just build back up. That's just exactly what they're doing. Getting the number one pick is probably the best thing that happened to the whole organization. So
Yeah,
I
The
think
city of
Cade is
Detroit.
I was nervous for a little bit with our old front office. Like, are they going to trade the pick? Are they going to try and make like an Anthony Bennett type thing with like the Cavs did? But like, I was just like, just take Cade and run with it. Like,
Mhm.
I don't care about Jalen Green. Just take Cade, run with it. Like, get a franchise player in here and build around him. So I think that's what they did. I think it was
Yeah.
the best thing we could have done.
Mhm.
nice.
And
Cookie.
I'm happy with it. I mean, I think we're in a completely different spot than
A
the
year ago.
Lions. Well, not even that. Even just like than the Lions, like in that comparison, because
Yeah.
we have young, good players. Like we have players that were all like rookie players, like Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart. Like these players are no joke. Jeremy Grant is not a joke player. That guy is a baller. So then we add Cade into that with Killian, who's adapting. I think sky's the limit for us. I mean, Troy Weaver, I was scared. I don't know Troy Weaver I don't know what his tactics were. I didn't know what he was going to do, if he was going to trade down. When I heard that thing about Evan Mobley, about us like being interested in Evan Mobley, I wanted to smack my head against the wall.
I didn't want another big guy.
I
after
don't want
Andre and
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
this
ready to
pick.
move
I like
on,
this
get
pick.
it hard.
He's
love
embraced the
right
city
now,
too. He's embraced the
Yeah.
city.
yeah.
He's
in
done it from
the
the
league
jump.
right now. We needed you need a scoring wing,
Yeah.
Well,
like
let
a
me ask
big
you guys
a big
this.
wing.
Let me ask you guys this. So we just watched a small market win an NBA title, homegrown organic draft pick. I don't want to say like, can Cade be the next Giannis, but is it going to be Cade? Is it going to be more pieces to the puzzle? Is he that kind of a guy?
It's
Cade?
Cade.
I think Cade is,
He's that good?
and I think Cookie will agree with me. The other guys around him are like, they're very like, they drafted really, really well last year. Like Troy Weaver came in, he traded for a couple first round picks and went and got like a Sadiq Bey, Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, and that would like the building blocks for the youth is like, it's insane. It's kind of like, and I don't want to compare it because the Warriors team is like insane franchise. But like they went and drafted Draymond, Clay,
Yeah,
Steph.
yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
that. Like we drafted like 3 or 4 guys. Like Killian Hayes is very good. He came in last year. I think he averaged like 6 assists a game in his last when he came back from his injury. Like that's insane for a rookie.
And his
That's
turnovers,
really good.
his turnovers plummeted.
Only
Like,
thing he just needs to shoot the no. He needs to get in the gym. and shoot.
confidence. He needs the
He
confidence.
needs to, yeah.
But
So
that's
how
where
long-
Cade comes in. That's where Cade comes in.
So
Because
how
Cade
long
is-
until the Pistons are a legitimate playoff contender? Not legitimately meaning like they could win the NBA title, but they're legitimately contending
In
for
the
a playoff
playoffs?
spot.
2 or 3 years.
For a playoff spot.
Or a playoff spot.
Yeah.
2 years.
That's I think
In the
with
East
this
too.
whole-
Yeah.
In the East is getting better. The East
Yeah.
is getting a lot better. And with this whole play-in like tournament, I mean,
if you're 10th, you
yeah,
could still
that is
squeeze in
very
9th or
that's
10th.
not hard to do. I think the Pistons, they go what are they? What was the prediction? 22.
Yeah,
and
prediction
60?
was 22 and 60, 14 in the
14th. I
East.
think. Yeah.
14 in
good.
the East. Are you kidding me?
I think. Well, I think
Cade?
maybe next year it'll be we might not. I don't think we'll make the playoffs next year. We
I
might be
think we're gonna
close.
be-
We
I
might
think
get
we
10th,
will.
11th.
Yeah,
We may be playing to get into a playing game
yeah, I see
But-
that.
until like maybe 2 or 3 years. And then once Cade starts going, Killian starts going, we're gonna have some free agents that are gonna want
Yeah.
to come play. We're gonna
Yeah.
have other guys that we're gonna be able to make a couple trades.
Yeah,
for some guys.
Detroit's
I mean-
a weird city like that where you don't look at it as a free agent type city, but we have a certain basketball street cred.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know,
And
there's some appeal to coming here as a free agent as opposed to coming here as a free agent as a Lion, right? Like a Lion is just a shit organization and you come here to die. But the Pistons at least have that bad boy street cred. So yeah, maybe
100%.
we can land, maybe we can land a big free agent, build this.
Yep.
I did love who brought up the Warriors. Was that you, Jacob? You brought up the Warriors?
Yeah.
Like when they originally popped off, it was hard not to like them because they were organic.
And they drafted
But-
everyone.
They drafted
Yeah.
everyone, but as soon as they took on Durant, I couldn't like them anymore. I
And
love,
how-
I love
always
I
stuck
love
with them. I
Milwaukee.
thought that
yeah.
I love Milwaukee right now. I love the Suns. The Suns was a sweet to watch because that's you got those guys that are they're young and so I look at the Pistons. Hey,
they're up and
you
coming.
never know. You get the right pick, you start doing the right things. Basketball, you just need 2-3 guys.
We need one all-star.
Yeah.
One more
But I think
all-star.
some of these guys are going to turn into some all-stars. And
Okay,
I would not be
Sadiq Bey.
surprised
Okay,
if they do.
here's my take. This is my take on this, and you guys are gonna be like, "What?" Sadiq Bey he's an all-star this year. Okay, Jeremy Grant's an all-star this year.
This year?
Sadiq Bey this year is an all-star. Okay,
That's a big.
dude, Sadiq Bey, he's a dog. He just has that.
Are you
look.
talking NBA All-Star, like All-Star Weekend?
Yeah.
NBA All-Star, he said.
Yeah, NBA All-Star. Sadiq
So
Bey is
we're
gonna
gonna
be on
have
the NBA
two-
All-Star.
So
We're gonna
here's
have two.
Cookies.
We have Jeremy Grant.
Cookies first hot take, a heater.
Cookie, I can't wait to
hot.
come back to this. I can't wait to
heater.
come back to this
Hot.
clip.
A
Listen,
heater.
clip it.
hot.
Clip it.
I cannot
Two-
wait.
2 guys in the Pistons are gonna be all-stars.
I'm not
We have
done yet. I'm not
we have
done
2
yet.
All-Stars. We're in the
Not
playoffs.
done yet.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet with this hot take. We got 2 All-Stars, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant. We got the Rookie of the Year with Cade Cunningham. All right.
Yeah.
And then I have us at 8 in the East, and we're in the playoffs. I think the Pistons are in the playoffs this year. There's no
For
doubt
sure.
about it. And once we're in the playoffs, we are going to play the Milwaukee Bucks where we'll steal 1 game. That's it. But
Flipping it.
we're in the playoffs. I'll take it.
That's all that matters.
We're
Yeah.
clipping
I'll
it.
take it.
Hey, I will
we're-
say this. Sorry, Cookie. My bad. Go ahead.
Go.
Yo, you were going with those hot takes.
was great.
Dude.
Dude.
I thought there was another one coming.
Keep it
Dude, so
coming.
we're gonna take it. So we're gonna take a game in the playoffs. We'll win 1 game against a team like the Bucks or something like that. The next season, we have these players like around us and that hype now, and now we go and get that free agent. And there's gonna be next year. There's gonna be a decent amount of free agents out there.
I agree. Hey, and I do think too with Dwayne Casey coming from Toronto, like what he did in Toronto, I would think it was insane they fired him because his development, he
Insane.
developed every
Yeah.
he developed every single one of those guys, him and his staff, and he brought them with him.
Uh-huh.
Our development with these young guys is going to be the best in the NBA.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then they
Killian.
hired on John Beeline to be a
Yeah.
as a development coach. these
Yeah.
young guys are going to be like,
Yeah.
it's going to be tough in 2 or 3
I just see
years.
it with Killian. I see it all with Killian.
Killian,
like
yeah. And you see it with
Killian-
Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey just came in and he's already
Dude,
dominating. Like
he was
he's already holding his own. as a
Isaiah
starter.
Stewart. Look at Isaiah Stewart. That
Yep.
guy's a monster. That guy's only 6'10".
He's already
guy's-
he's getting compared to Ben Wallace now.
Dude, I mean, I wouldn't compare anyone to Ben Wallace.
That's just what I'm
yeah,
reading and hearing.
But,
That's just what I'm reading and hearing.
Isaiah Stewart he's 6'10". He's grabbing boards over.
Cookie just said we're gonna have 7 Pistons in the All-Star game. He's getting mad at Jacob for making a couple comparisons over here.
Oh, okay. You
I
never
wouldn't say
talk
that.
down.
This guy hot take over here.
You
Waffle
never
right now.
compared to Ben Wallace. You never compared it to Ben Wallace.
I love Ben Wallace.
There's 2
That
people
whole
you never
team.
compare to in my eyes from Pistons teams, and it's Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace. Those two, no one could compare those two. Rasheed Wallace is one of my
How old
favorite
were you
players
guys?
of all time.
How old were you guys when the Pistons won the title?
10.
7 or 8.
10. And we had season tickets.
I went to a playoff game that year. It was
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Good
we
time.
went. Me and Aaron were there. Me and my brother Aaron were there for when Robert Horry hit that shot, Game 5 against the San Antonio Spurs. We were walking out. We
Bring me
thought the
back.
game was done. We wanted to beat traffic, and we were walking out, and we didn't get to see overtime.
That's the kind of guy Cookie is. He's trying to beat the traffic and leave the stadium before the shot gets hit. My man.
Dude, it was 2 seconds left. I thought
You were
I'm
10
10 years old.
You were 10 years
I'm 10 years old. I'm sitting there. I have the two
Yeah.
the 2 things. I'm just
Oh,
hitting
I
in
remember
people's faces.
those.
Dude, the
They
thumper.
had those
the
at
thumper
every
sticks.
home game in 2000.
Oh
So
yeah.
I was like 19
Every
or
home
20.
game.
It was like I was in college. I mean, it was incredible. It was like so much fun. Every summer we were in the finals or whatever. We were in the conference finals or the
Man,
finals.
it was like 8 straight years conference finals.
So fun.
2003. We went to I
Insane.
think conference finals from was
That's-
it 2003 to 2009
Yeah.
or 8?
That's enough. That's enough Pistons for now. We'll get plenty of time. Talk about them in a few. Well, we got 8 weeks until the season starts. October for basketball.
up.
October 10th.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
We'll talk more about them as the season goes on, but I just know you guys wanted to talk about it. I know there's a lot of energy around the city about it. I'm happy. I like the Pistons. I like going to Pistons games. I hope that the Pistons are good. I like the NBA playoffs. They're always around the summertime. I hope they bring that back. So yeah, great, good stuff. I'm looking forward to you guys talking a lot of Pistons and we'll go to some games and we'll have some fun. Now, boys, let's get to overtime here. Let's talk some bonus topics. Let's see here. New York Mets, the players and the fans, they're all fighting. What are your thoughts, Jacob?
I think it's hilarious. I think it's like the most Mets thing that could happen.
So Mets.
Honestly,
So
I mean, from the
Mets.
developing of them being one of the best in the league, now to just absolutely dropping out of the playoffs like tragic fashion. To now their players going at the fans and the fans. I think it's the most Mets thing that could happen. Like I'm not surprised at all to see it.
I want to
agree.
see a fight.
Cookie,
honestly,
I was gonna ask you. You're hypothetically you're a major league all-star. You're up at the plate for a few months and you're
I
batting
could see
200.
Cookie doing what
Cookie, I could see Cookie.
Baez did.
Oh yeah, all
Baez.
day. Are you kidding me? I was just at the Tigers game and I was yelling at one of these players on the other team, and I'm just screaming at him. And I'm like, if I was getting screamed at, I'd turn around and give him the bird.
Our only
I would have this
viral,
knife with me. I don't care.
one of our first viral videos would be Cookie just at a game, just absolutely hammered, screaming at
that
people.
player. Yeah.
Hey, 21, you suck.
So I agree with you. Funny story. I think it's really stupid of the
Hilarious.
Mets.
And if I'm the player too, I mean, I'll do the same thing. Like the fans
Yeah.
have been the same way. Obviously, they haven't been good, but like
no.
The
You
fans-
never.
You
the
don't
fans
see that.
No,
But you don't see
you
that in
take it.
Detroit.
no, you take it. You don't ever.
But the fans in
Unre-
Detroit
unre-
would never
Yes, we would.
constantly
You
disrespect.
ever been to a Lions game?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah,
constantly
but-
disrespect, but in baseball, it's a little different.
Come on,
Like,
they're
you could
booing.
hear- it's
they're
quieter,
booing
you
them.
know?
They're booing them in baseball. I mean, there's
That's
no
what-
excuse. No excuse.
That's
for
what I
them.
mean. If I'm the player, I'm going right there.
Yeah.
No.
I'm letting them know what it is.
Dude, okay, they went from one of the best teams, and yeah, they had
So what?
they had a fall.
So
the Mets,
what? So you
But it's
You-
not. It's
you go at the fans? No,
the fans are
way.
coming at you. You know,
So
Yeah.
what?
you
That's
gotta
part of the
support
game.
your team. You gotta support your team.
No.
Even I
It's
would
supposed
still
to be-
never
it's
boo
supposed
my
to be-
team ever.
You see like in college sports, the student section of the other team booing the home team or something like booing the away team. I've never seen something like that in college sports, like just going at a team, unless like I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
So at that point, if I'm a player, I mean,
if I'm a player, you got to take it. You gotta start playing better. This is bottom line. You're a bunch of rich, spoiled, living in New York City athletes. You doing anything to the fans is ridiculous. Next topic, Deshaun Watson. A couple trade rumors. I heard Miami. I heard the Eagles got turned down. Does Deshaun Watson play this year? We might know by like tonight. We're filming this.
Did they offer? Did like the Dolphins go out trying to get him? Is that what
I'm
saw?
I'm not exactly sure. I saw a few things on Twitter. They wanted to have some clauses, I believe, some protection.
I did see that. If something actually was going on, they get him.
Yeah. Does Deshaun Watson play football this year?
Yes.
Does he play?
So.
Yeah, he plays football this year.
I think he plays, and
who?
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna.
I don't think he will. Some of this stuff, sometimes stuff like this goes on for a long time, especially within the NFL. Things that like this have gone on for before they can for a while before they figure what
and
the
I'm
truth
totally
is, what's going on. I think it's hard to say.
I'm totally innocent until proven guilty, but this guy's got like 20 or 30 cases. So
this is no joke.
This is not like
this is no joke. But
unless there was like a orchestrated attack to take down an athlete, this is gonna get ugly. And I think it's gonna take, like Jacob, to your point. I think this could drag out.
It could take a while, even if it's not true. It's gonna take a while because you don't want to you don't want to rush something and then come to later, a couple years later, find out that it was true. And so it's gonna take a while. He probably won't play. The season's it's already.
If I had to take a guess, the Houston Texans are going to be forced to keep him on the roster, and they're not going to play him.
A side story with that: if the Dolphins really did reach out about that, does that mean Tua is just
why? Yeah.
Why is Tua not? Do they not like him? Is he not their future? Do they not want him as their future?
Didn't they go out and get what's his name too? Like they were trying to get. Who was that other quarterback that they just tried to get? They tried to get Josh Rosen or something like that.
I don't know.
They may have. I saw.
That's a good drop. That's a good point, Boon. We'll have to keep an eye on
Tua. I mean,
on the Tua situation this year in Miami, because I actually wanted the Lions to take Tua and they didn't.
I wasn't high on Tua.
Yeah, I was.
I wasn't.
I wanted. I'm a risk reward guy. We're already crappy. Let's take a shot on a flyer. But
he's still young. But that's like something. I mean, that was supposed to be their franchise guy. They like in.
Yeah. But Deshaun Watson's he's there. He has the skill set. You don't have to.
Incredible. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's definitely
very good.
He is, and I think he does play this year. I think once he plays, let's say he starts. He plays like week 1. I don't think he gets past week 5. I think he gets arrested by then, and I think all that gets.
See, I don't think there's no chance that they take the risk. The NFL is not going to do it. They're too big of a franchise, sponsors, donors. If that guy plays, and then this ends up becoming. I think the Houston Texans are going to CYA.
And the NFL's always been. The NFL's always been kind of like they'll suspend guys for a year. You always see guys missing seasons for different things that aren't even as bad as.
I'm surprised that they haven't came out taking a stance already. We'll see how that goes. If I had to take a guess, Deshaun Watson's not playing football this year. Does he ever play football ever again? I don't know. I'm kind of I'm 50-50 on that one too. We'll have to see.
One of those cases, if one of those cases becomes anything, he doesn't play
gonna
football ever again. Doesn't deserve to.
Yeah, agreed. Little League World Series team from Michigan.
Big win for Taylor.
Huge for
huge.
North.
So what happens? Do we win another? Which sports team wins the next title, or is it another Little League World Series team? But no, don't seriously. What are your thoughts? Did any of you guys watch the game at all?
I watched the game. Yeah.
One of the kids had some real sick flow. So
a couple of them had some good flow. A couple of them had it going. Yeah.
They had good style too. Like it's not even that. Like they're like just their essence. Like how
those kids could hit too.
Yeah,
They were putting up runs.
I do think that they should bring the international teams back into it. I don't know why they weren't. I
think it was that year was just because of COVID.
COVID. Got it.
That was this year. Yep.
But yeah, really cool story. Another one, Cookie, you were talking about it. Fake high school team out of Ohio goes down and plays IMG, loses 58-0 on national television, got on ESPN. How'd this happen?
How in the world? I was reading comments on that.
So funny.
And they allegedly there's never been a Bishop Sycamore.
No,
okay.
Big school.
They played 2 games in 3 days. Their head coach currently has an active arrest warrant, and most players are JUCO dropouts or nowhere near high school age.
Wait. What's with the coach?
These were not high school players.
Active arrest warrant. Okay, not even that. Was the score 40? Like they lost. They got shut out.
Yeah, but they played IMG. IMG is the number 1 high school in the country.
I know, but
they're basically a Division I school. But you have JUCOs and all that. I mean, obviously you should have won the game.
You should probably have.
How did they play 2 games in 3 days? Or 3 games in 2 days? I mean, they played.
Is this a real story or is this
a
real story? This is a real story.
They were on ESPN.
I read it. I wasn't sure if they were like actually a fake high school. Like I wasn't sure if it was like a prank online. It's like someone's like joking.
Too funny. I don't know how this got past. I don't know. Here's my question. IMG so good that they didn't need game film on them, or I don't know how it works. It's just crazy. But
how are you? You're not in high school and you're getting beat by high school kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Why are you even out there playing?
Yeah, but you guys don't know. You guys clearly have no clue who IMG is, huh? Like,
IMG.
IMG starting IMG starting football team might have like 25 Division I kids on it, or 30 Division I kids on it.
Where's that out of?
Florida, yeah. They're like they started as like a tennis academy, and now they're, like Jacob said too, their basketball team has probably I think 10 Division I kids on it. You know,
I think last year they had a couple 5-star recruits. I'm pretty sure.
They're
just in one team.
You know, colleges just camp out there and they recruit that school. That's what they do. So
those prep schools, they have some players.
I think we talked way too much. We're gonna have to work on that. First episode though, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for coming on. I'm gonna clip this thing up, get it out to you. Everybody out there who's watching the first episode, if you made it this far, thank you, Jesus, for your patience for us and watching and having fun. We'll see you next week. College football this weekend, Michigan State. Love it. Cookie.
Let's go.
That's the way Cookie crumbles, baby.
Ohio State -14.5 from Boon. Love you guys.
I love it. See you guys next week. Love it.